Every single day, you are presented with a choice to focus on yourself or to get lost in the noise of the external world. In 2025, this choice becomes more critical than ever before. The world will pull you in 1,000 directions, distractions, opinions, comparisons, and endless demands on your energy. In a world where external validation often dictates our sense of self-worth, prioritizing your own growth becomes a revolutionary act. Every day we are bombarded by distractions, social media, the opinions of others, and the overwhelming pressure to keep up with everyone else's life. And it's easy to lose sight of your own path when you are constantly looking at someone else's progress. But here is the truth: no one will come and save you, no one will hand you success, and no one will do the work for you. Prioritizing your growth means stepping away from the noise and putting yourself at the center of your life where you belong. Growth isn't always flashy. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come with applause or instant gratification. Sometimes it's about doing the things no one sees: reading the book, learning the skill, going to the gym, working quietly behind closed doors while the rest of the world seems to be having fun. Prioritizing your growth is an internal journey. It's not about proving yourself to anyone else. It's about becoming the version of yourself you know you're capable of being. That version of you already exists within you. It's not something you find outside yourself. It's something you build step by step through discipline and commitment. When you choose to prioritize your growth, you are making a decision to take responsibility for your life. Instead of blaming others, your circumstances, or the past, you shift your focus inward. You stop seeking approval and start seeking progress. You understand that growth requires time, energy, and intention, and you become willing to make the sacrifices necessary to achieve it. Maybe it means spending less time scrolling through your phone and more time learning something new. Maybe it means walking away from toxic relationships that no longer serve you. Maybe it means choosing the hard path, the path of disciplined focus and delayed gratification, because you know that's where real growth happens. It's important to remember that prioritizing your growth is a personal journey, and it will look different for everyone. For some, it may mean investing in their physical health by exercising and eating better. For others, it may mean focusing on emotional healing, learning to let go of past wounds, and building mental resilience. For someone else, it may mean investing in their career, learning a new skill, or starting a business. So your growth is about you and what matters most to your future. It's about becoming the person you promised yourself you would be. The process of prioritizing your growth can feel lonely at times because not everyone will understand your journey. People might question your choices or criticize you for stepping away from the crowd. But you must remind yourself that this journey is not for them. This is your life, and it's your responsibility to make it everything you want it to be. The reality is, most people don't prioritize their growth because it's hard. It's easier to stay comfortable, to blame the world, and to settle for mediocrity. But you are not here to live an average life. You are here to see how far you can go, to discover your potential, and to live fully as the person you were always meant to be. Growth also requires self-awareness. You have to get honest with yourself about where you are and where you want to go. You can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Maybe you've been avoiding certain habits or patterns that are holding you back. Maybe you've been ignoring your potential because it scares you. The first step to prioritizing your growth is to face the truth about yourself, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. From that place of honesty, you can start to take action, and action, no matter how small, is what creates change. Prioritizing your growth is about building habits that align with your vision for the future. It's about waking up every day and choosing to do something that moves you closer to your goals. It could be as simple as setting aside time to read, meditating to clear your mind, or planning out your day to stay productive. These small habits, done consistently over time, create transformation. Growth doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in the little choices you make each day. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be consistent. Show up for yourself, even when no one is watching, and trust that the effort you put in now will compound over time. When you prioritize your growth, you are setting an example, not for the world, but for yourself. You are showing yourself that you are capable of change, that you are worthy of a better life, and that you are willing to do the work to get there. So growth is about reclaiming your power and understanding that you have everything you need to succeed within you. You don't need permission from anyone to evolve. You don't need to wait for the right moment or the perfect opportunity. The right moment is now, and the opportunity is you. Eliminating distractions is one of the most powerful decisions you can make for yourself, because distractions are everywhere. We live in a world designed to pull us away from our focus at every possible turn. Our phones constantly buzz with notifications, social media begs for our attention, and endless opinions, comparisons, and temptations compete for our energy. Every single day you are given a limited amount of focus, and where you place that focus determines the quality of your life. If you are not intentional about eliminating distractions, you will allow your energy to be scattered, your vision to blur, and your progress to stall. It begins with awareness. You must take a moment to pause and identify what is stealing your time, focus, and energy. For some people, it's spending countless hours on their phones or watching mindless entertainment. But for others, it might be relationships that drain them, negative influences, or the habit of procrastination. Distractions come in many forms, and sometimes they disguise themselves as harmless activities. But if you pay attention, you'll notice that these small distractions add up. Before you know it, hours, days, or even years have slipped away, and you're still in the same place. To eliminate distractions, you must first be brutally honest with yourself about where your attention is going. The world we live in thrives on distraction. Companies compete for your attention because they know that attention equals power. But the moment you realize that your focus is your most valuable asset, you can start to guard it fiercely. So you must treat your attention like a currency, because that's exactly what it is. Every time you give your attention something that doesn't serve you, you are investing in something that offers no return. Think about that for a moment. Are the things that you are focusing on right now moving you closer to your goals, or are they keeping you stuck? Distractions don't just waste time, they steal your mental clarity. When you're constantly jumping from one thing to the next, checking your phone, scrolling through social media, worrying about things outside of your control, you lose the ability to think clearly and deeply. Deep work, the kind of work that produces results and creates transformation, requires uninterrupted focus. It requires you to shut out the noise, silence the distractions, and direct your energy toward what truly matters. You cannot achieve greatness if your mind is constantly scattered. To create something meaningful, you must learn to be fully present in the task at hand. So eliminating distractions is also about creating boundaries. You have to decide what you will and will not allow into your life. This may mean setting limits on how much time you spend on social media, turning off notifications, or cutting back on activities that add no real value to your growth. It might mean saying no to certain people or events that pull you off track. It might require you to distance yourself from relationships that drain your energy or influence you in negative ways. These decisions can feel uncomfortable at first because they force you to break free from patterns of behavior that you may have normalized. But growth requires sacrifice, and eliminating distractions is one of the most important sacrifices you can make for yourself. You also need to train your mind to resist distractions. In a world where instant gratification is everywhere, it's easy to lose discipline. Your mind will want to check your phone, watch that show, or take the easy route. It's wired to avoid discomfort. But if you want to eliminate distractions, you must learn to override these impulses. You have to become aware of when you're being pulled off track and make the conscious decision to redirect your focus. This requires practice and discipline, but the more you do it, the stronger you become. Your ability to focus will become a muscle that you can develop and strengthen over time. To eliminate distractions, you also need to create an environment that supports your focus. If your surroundings are filled with chaos, clutter, and distractions, it will be difficult to stay on track. Take control of your space. Simplify it. Make it a place where you can think clearly, focus deeply, and feel inspired to do your best work. If your phone is a constant distraction, put it in another room. If social media is pulling you away from your goals, set boundaries around how and when you use it. Your environment matters because it influences your energy and productivity. When you eliminate distractions, you create space for clarity, space for creativity, and space for growth. You free up your mind to focus on what truly matters. You begin to experience what it feels like to make progress without being pulled in 1,000 directions. You start to see results because your energy is no longer scattered. Instead of allowing the world to control your focus, you take back your power and use it to move your life forward. It's important to understand that eliminating distractions isn't a one-time task. It's a continuous process. New distractions will always arise, and you must remain vigilant. You must consistently evaluate where your energy is going and decide to let go of anything that isn't serving you. Over time, this discipline becomes a habit, and it transforms the way you live and work. By eliminating distractions, you allow yourself to step fully into your potential. You take control of your time, your focus, and ultimately your life.